So on to the good stuff, what everybody came for. This is where we introduce our keynote speaker. He is so thrilled to be with us tonight giving a speech. He's been not thrilled about it, but he's going to give us a speech. I told him earlier, I said, people won't care how good your English is, they'll just care that you're here. And I really do think that's true. As I was messaging people to try and get people to come to this event, everybody said to me, he was so influential in my life. He was one of the best teachers I ever had. These were the things I was hearing over and over and over again. And I do want to communicate to you, Mr. Mazor, there are so many people who told me they wish they could be here with you tonight, but for whatever reason they couldn't. You have done so much for our program for the years that you were here, for the 10 years you were here. And I know that all of us who had the privilege of being your student, 14 years. Sorry, I don't do math. That's why I teach theater. Okay, sorry about that. Forever. That's as old as some of these students are. 14 years. Okay. They're mad at me now. I'm sorry. They're 18. I know that there are so many lessons that all of us learned from you. And I know that you're going to teach us some more lessons tonight. Those of you who didn't get to have Mr. Mazor as a teacher, you're going to get the abbreviated version tonight, and I guarantee you will learn something from him. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you, Mila, for being here with him. And we are so thrilled to honor you tonight as our keynote speaker, Leonid Mazor.
Can I take all this stuff out? Yes. Okay, good. Just throw it away. Okay, can everybody hear me? God. This is so weird. I never been on this side of the stage. You know, I'm always sitting there. Actually, when Mrs. Chisholm's sitting right now, that's my place. During the show, but during the rehearsal, I was sitting right there when the Kim Waters sitting, I think, with the big desk. For some reason, it's called table, but I used to throw this table into the stage when I was so mad. And when I always was mad, actually. No, that's not right. I've never been mad. I love you all. Anyway, so that speech, when Carrie, I never pronounce her name right, but she get used to it. Anyway, that Cheryl Mahoney is here, right? And yeah, I never remember her name. I always said, whatever's your name, just come here. Yeah, that's. I hope everybody understands what I'm just saying. Because I remember when I first come to the film and video 1 class, or acting 1, whatever it's called, and there was a lot of freshmen who look at me, and they have a very strange eyes looking at me, and I just said, don't worry, guys, I'm just a Russian spy who came here to screw up American education. That's what I did. No, I did a good job with that, I'm telling you. But I'm actually really happy to be here, honestly to say. And thank you guys to inviting me, and thank you to remember that who I am, because I'm just felt like I'm a dinosaur, you know, from the Stone Age. But honestly to say, this experience is really frightening me. It's not because I never delivered this speech before. I did this so many times. But I never did this on this stage. This is very strange. And I never did this in a language which has somehow become to be an obstacle for me to just deliver my thoughts in full and be comprehensive enough. But I'll try it. I'll try it. And another, I think I want to do something true, and I want to do something very helpful. Of course, it's pretty complicated taking to the fact that I'm wanting you to like me, or at least like my speech. In my fantasy, I'm living here, and everybody will say, "Oh God, this is a great speech." And somebody will say, no, he's not only the great director, producer, screenwriter, teacher. Oh, you can choose whatever you want. But, oh boy, I really learned something tonight. He really brought it. No, as much as I want that, I don't think so it's going to happen. Or if something will happen, it probably will be pretty opposite. It's pretty tricky things. I thought how to do this speech. I have a different version of that. I think I will probably turn the speech into the performance. Why not? Just turn this into the show. I'm doing this the best. This is the best what I can do. Plus, this is a stage which is actually designed for it. But then I quickly realized that I cannot sing and dance. Or even I will try to do that, this will be a horrified experience for everybody. So I decide that I just want to be myself. Which means this is one thing which I really appreciate and I really falling with all my life. And I think this is the probably most important that person can, that person can share. This is to be open to the people, to be honest. It is hard to do, and all of you know that. It is hard to say that I am who I am, and that's why I decided to be who I am, and I'm here, right, standing in front of you. And I want to share with you the things which is really bothering me in life. But before I start doing that, I think everybody read that little booklet, which is just telling what I'm actually doing after I left Germantown. I become a producer, director, and screenwriter. I done for this last 9 years, I done a lot of stuff, starting from adaptation of American sitcoms, and I did several of them: Grace Under Fire, Suddenly Susan, Who is the Boss, even Sanford and Son. Nobody even remember what the show is, but I even did that. But mostly what I'm doing, I actually producing the mini-series for TV. So, and this is just a different type of shows, start from 4 episodes up to the 16 and even 25. Like the last one, it was the last one, like 2 years ago I did the show. It's also adaptation of the American TV series House. You remember, do you know this show? So we did this similar in Russia. And we have our own Dr. House, which called Dr. Tirsa, which doesn't mean anything. But it was similar to that. So that's what actually I'm doing. And I become to be a member of the several academies in Russia. My show still running. I mean, have a good rating. Some of them good, some of them not. But it's still something which I want to do and what I like to do. And so is any actors of you looking for a job, you can come and see me, because now I'm in the process of doing another show which I'm looking for American actors. So just send me a message. So that's briefly who I am. And one more thing before I start getting to the important stuff which I want to say, I just want to share my feeling about this place. I remember when I came here, actually me and my wife and 2 sons came here in 1992 from Russia. It was a hard year there, but it was a hard year here too, because even I was well set there. It was hard to adjust everything over here. So, and as I remember, we have 4 suitcases and $200 in our pocket. And for this $200, I bought the suit and went through the old TV studios in Memphis, not realizing that it's not a TV studios, it's just a bunch of news and that's it. It's not what I usually do, like big shows and all of this. And nobody needs me, so I went through every theater in town. Thanks God, this was a lot of here. And the last one where I actually came to, which without knowing that this is a high school, there's a Poplar Pike Playhouse. Oh God, it sounds pretty good, let's go there. Because everybody else refused me. So I came here through the main door, and that was Allison Rogers, who met me over there, a little red-haired girl, and I just said, well, I'm looking for the Poplar Pike Playhouse, and I think I'm in the wrong place. She said, no, you're in the right place. Who you need to see? I said, I need to see Mr. Bluestein. And of course, she was so scared of my accent. And so she get to that room. Actually, it wasn't that room. I think it was the room just beside it, right? And she get Miss Dean. And she came and looked at me, and I looked very presentable, nice suit, tie, and everything, but speaking so strange language. So I remember her eyes; it was that big. Yeah, and I said, I want a job, and she said, what kind of job you want? Of course, not janitor. Look at me. So anyway, that was the beginning of that. And then I met Frank Bluestein. And all of a sudden, things happened. I'm so lucky, that I actually went through all this experience. Carrie said 10 years. Now I count 14. But it seems for me it's like was eternity, honestly to say. But the good eternity. So let's put aside all the memories, because I can talk a lot and I even can start crying. Even I'm a big and tough man, but I can't cry, trust me. But I want to talk today about some important things that bother me in the life. I'm sorry, I will try to I'll try not to look at my notes, but sometimes I will, because I wrote so pretty words, and I think I need to deliver that. But when I start talking, of course, I've forgotten about them, and I probably will start speaking in my own language, which is, some of you do understand, some of you don't, but I don't really care, but you will get used to it. Several years ago, actually it was almost 7, I did the adaptation of the American novel called American Tragedy by Theodore Dreiser. You probably heard about that, right? Yes, no? No, okay, well, you have to read it. This is the American classic. So I did the adaptation. We actually take everything what happened in 1924, I think, and we put everything in 2010. And one of the main characters there said, there are only 3 C that our life based on. It's crisis, corruption, and cruelty. And whatever you do, you always ended up under one of these categories. If you do not know about it, this is for you now. You can open the newspaper and turn your TV set, and that is what you can see. It is tough to say that, and it's harsh things to say it, But unfortunately, our world does live under those 3 C: corruption, crisis, and cruelty. But all my life, I try to fight with this notion. With all I do, producing films, writing scripts, doing play, I try to prove that this is wrong. I could not say that it's easy task, especially when you live and work in a country when those things the base of the government attitude and politics. Scary, isn't it? It does scary. I mean, the country what I'm talking about, not America. Thanks God it's not America, and I'm proud to be the American citizen. But I'm working in Russia, which I'm citizen of Russia too, and I have the same pain. I mean, I have a very big pain, you know, to see how the things goes there. And I try, as I said, I try to fight that. And I have only one solution that's hard to follow, but necessary to do. And for me, always and only exist only 3 C's. And they are creativity, courage, and conscience. And you know, the place where sitting you right now, it's really proof of that. Almost 40 years ago, one man took the courage to give responsibility to the young kids to explore their creativity. He has a conscience not to nursing him, but treat them as an adult. And he has established the trust between him and them. And now you can see the result. Look at this wall. It's more than 80 plays. It's filled with the plaques, the table filled with the trophies. There is success under success, after success, award after award, one best student after the another best one. And behind all of this, it's only 3 C: creativity, courage, and conscience. Almost 20 years ago, another man took the courage to leave his motherland and come to an unknown world and start his life from zero ground. He has decided to share his knowledge and experience with the kids, and he did that. And you know what? He really loved that. Of course, it's so hard to talk about myself as the third person, but you know, it's very easy to just step aside and look what is those years, those 14 years, as I said, as an eternity, how it's affect my life and how it was important in my life. You can ask what helped me to do that. And you know, I would say one word, it's you. You students. Your energy, your desire to do something that no one at your age can do it. And I know for sure that under the leadership of your teachers today, who actually also went through the same experience, you will keep the same level of energy and desire. And for some of you who already left those walls, I would say, and establish themselves in the real world, they will keep the tradition of reaching the high level of excellence in everything that what they are doing. I know that for sure, and of course we start from the class of 92, but there is so many other classes which start with going back to 82, I believe so, or 87, 77 even. And of course, they are not with us right now, but you probably remember all these names: Scott Jenkinger, Chris Parnell, Danny McClear. I mean, help me. I mean, there Missy Pyle, Len Zitron. I mean, there is a lot of them. And you know, they are not with us, but their spirit are with us. And they all lined out under this category, which is 3 C: creativity, courage, and conscience. You know, I'm giving a lot of lectures all around Russia. I actually did establish, when I worked in Kyiv, Ukraine, as a CIO of one of the biggest network over there, I established the TV school over there because because the Germantown experience will never let me sleep, you know, so I always decide that I have to teach somebody. Because trust me, there is, even in the professional world, there is a lot of people who you need to teach. So I established this school, and actually it's become to be now one of the biggest in Ukraine and well-known. And after that, I went through the many schools around Russia and giving a lot of lectures about the how not to do things. And the students over there always ask me, what is the recipe for success? And of course, they would like to hear that I will start talking about the hard work, talent, sparks of inspiration, or even luck. Luck, it's very important in our profession, trust me. Of course, I can talk about it, but not today. Because all the things mentioned above are very important, but not as much as the statement which I tried to make. The main, try to find the right word, okay, I will put it my way. The main reason of success is always has doubts. Confused? I try to explain. Try to comprehend what I'm saying. Because only doubts will help you realize what is real and what is fake. Only doubts will help you by looking back, moving forward. You got it? I don't think so. It sounds very weird, but the same way weird as to be a human. We get to think about things, we get to wonder. It seems like quite a privileged position in the universe. And I would not give up, I would not give it up for certainty, because when you are certain, you are stop being curious. You are stop being creative. I hope now you understand what I mean. And don't think that this statement contradicts with the previous one about the courage, because only the courageous man can say to himself, I'm wrong, and I will fix it, or I will change that. There is only one thing which I would like you to know. If you are in something quite sure, you are wrong. How many times when you're performing on stage or doing the television show, you have caught to yourself, oh, how wonderful I am. How great I'm doing. Did you feel that experience? Yeah, you are. I know that. I know that, probably. Probably you are wonderful. And probably you are doing great. But for some reason, audience do not respond. For some reason, your show, TV show, if you're in a big shot, will not getting the right ratings. So, what you try to do? You start blaming everybody else. Partners, equipment, script, everyone, but not you. And this is the main mistake. Do not allow yourself to leave doubts aside. Dig what's wrong with you. What did you do and how to do it differently. And trust me, you will always find something that will help you to improve what you are doing, whatever you're doing, acting, directing, writing. That's very important things. I don't know. I don't know if you still understand what I'm just saying, but what I'm trying to say, never stop being confused. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because this is the most important things. That will move you forward. That will let you analyze what you are doing, and that will bring you to the top of the success. There is one more thought that I want to share with you tonight. Actually, it's two. One is pretty short, and another one is a little bit longer. Do not worry what people think about you. And do not be afraid to make a mistake. Mistake, this is an award for bravery that you're showing by taking risk. A man who dares to make a mistake never be able to do anything new. He is doomed to repeat forever after someone or just replicate himself. It will stop you. Don't be afraid to do the mistake. It will take I want to take a courage and rephrase the quote from the Herald Print. You know who is Herald Print. I hope so. If not, just go to Wikipedia. You know how to do that. He said, an artist is always vulnerable. Oh, God, this is the hard word for me to say. Vulnerable. V-U-L-N-E-R-A-B-L-E. Got it? You just did the spelling bee. You should know that. But do not be sorry for him. This choice he made himself, and he really open to all the winds. Sometimes those winds might be ice cold. He alone, he has no shelter, no protection until he begin to lie. Of lies, he built the protective barriers and start feel comfortable and safe. Think about that. And what I mean by lie, it's not that little things that you're telling your parents that you got, you're not telling your parents that you got F in algebra or you scratch your dad's car. No, this is not that lie what I mean. By the lie, I mean the things that you are doing and do not like to do. By the lies, I mean that you're doing something which you're forced to do, or doing this because it's comfortable and would not affect anybody. And they, I mean anybody, will also give a lie that will comfort you. Using this way, people create mediocre films. They write mediocre plays, they show mediocre performance. With that lie, they create mediocre world in which, I have pardon, no doubts you don't want to live in. So ask yourself, what do you prefer? Live under the secure roof surrounded by lies, or to be always at the edge of struggle, but honest in everything what you are doing? Think what you prefer. This is a tough choice. But you know what? It's not for me. I want to free myself from the shores, because this is only the way to create something, that word V-A-L-U-A-B-L-E, and to live without pangs of conscience. I have told you that okay, I don't need to read that. I have told you that that speech will not be long, and it's not long. I planned this for 3 hours, but you see, it's kind of happened pretty fast. I hope I said everything what I want to say. I hope you do understand what I would like to tell you, because this is what I'm trying to tell every one of my students. When I'm sitting right there, when the Ashley Mitchell sitting right now, and yelling at them, and in a way how I can explain myself, I doing that. But But it's really bothered me, and I want that it's gonna bother you. So, two things: don't lie, live with doubts, and you will be successful. But now I just want to express my gratitude, because I mean, it seems like this is the time to do it right now. And I'm really grateful to Frank Bluestein, who, honestly to say, saved me and gave me the opportunity to work here and be the part of this great place. I'm very grateful to your teachers, who are really teachers, who are not only teachers for me, but they're also my friends. And I'm thankful to you, who has enough patience to struggle through my speech. But I'm thankful for you that you are keeping the spirit of PPP inside of this wall and outside of that, doing excellent work in any place that faith has put them on. Thank you. Thank you, Germantown High School. Thank you, guys. Keep the tradition, and the world will be changed. Trust me. Thanks. Just so usually after this speech I can say let's dance or something. I mean, we already ate. So if you have any questions about my life in Russia or here in Germantown, I mean, I'm taking off. I will be in the corridor just answering for it, okay? Carrie, just save me. Just come here and just say something.
Thank you. He told me he was only going to speak for 5 minutes. That's a long speech. I'm proud of you.